You can talk at this thing.
This one?
Hey guys, welcome back to Lost Hombres. Sebastian here, and today we're on episode 14. Go ahead and go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Charlie Heredia. I'm 32 tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday. And yeah, basically, Sebas invited me to speak a little bit on the topics. So yeah.
Yeah, today we're gonna explore our common topic of like what masculinity is, and kind of like start with the perspective of like your idea of what it means to be a man in this society or in general. Like what is it to be a man to you? Like give me your idea. It could be cultural, it could be what you see, your personal perspective, but what does it mean to be a man in this current day and age?
Well, I'm just gonna base on my experience and being honest, I didn't have a father between my teenage years and my 20s. So basically, I was trying to talk with everyone how they were feeling. I have a couple of years. I have a friend. He was my best friend, and he was really afraid to open it up with me because basically what we were talking about, he was like, no, we're supposed to be a man, we're supposed to like keep our own problems together. And my mom always told me like, no dejes que alguien te vaya a llorar, don't let people like fight over you gotta be a man, you gotta have all the answers and everything. So when I got on my 20 when I got 22, I was like, you know what, I don't have a father figure to tell me what to do, so basically I can be on my own self. And I was talking with a lot of women back in the day, and they helped me out to open it up and see like there's not a perspective correctly about how to be a man. So that helped me out to be more open, and people were like kind of like freaked out, like, you're a man, you're not supposed to open on yourself, you're not supposed to be that. So they started to see it like a gay thing, and they started to think, okay, this guy's gonna be a gay guy, he's gonna be open it up and everything. But they found out that I was like really open to myself. I was really open to speak with people. I was not afraid. Like, if you think about, why are you telling me this? Because you're a man, you're not supposed to say that. And basically, I was like, I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna open up what I'm thinking. This is my how I feel all the way. And I got married because of that. Because this woman that I met up, it was like, this guy's being fully honest with me. But during the transition of the relationship, she was like, you're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to be know about cars. So we have like a little issue with the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was basically like, yo no lo quiero llevar. Because they're going to see, they're going to try to scam me and tell me like, this is going to be very expensive. And because you're a man, you're supposed to take it. And they're not going to try to scam you because you do know stuff. But I was like, that was not born and raised to be a mechanic. I don't know stuff.
And you know what's even funnier about that? It's less about the fact that you're a man, and it's more that she's looking for someone that's going to take care. Like, does that make sense? Like, like in that sense, like for what I understand now about women, in that perspective, it's like, I want to know that you give me security and consistency. And so what they were really asking for in there, they may not be great communicators because maybe they weren't given those tools. So sometimes we have to read between the lines of what they're really saying.
Yeah.
But what they're saying is, I want a man that, like, when I'm uncomfortable with something, like, helps me take charge, like, especially with those kind of things. Yeah. And they're going to do other things, right? Yeah. So it's like, imagine the stress she's going to go under, going into an environment where she feels unsafe. And the whole idea of that is they want to feel safe. So what do we provide them? Safety and consistency. So by us doing that, it makes them less stressed out. Yeah. So that what are they going to do in return? When we come home, they're going to give us more of their
their things,
energy. Yeah. Because we took care of that. And how many men don't do that for them?
Not a lot.
And so they're already going to be like, I want to give him this because he's taking care of me. He makes me feel safe, secure, consistent. So I want to give him that. And when we push them to stress out, we get less of that feminine energy, that love and comfort, because they're like, fuck this, I'm stressed out, I'm burned out. Like, I don't, like, he doesn't keep me safe. So they're spending more time like seeing that you don't care, you don't protect them, you don't listen to them. Yeah. And so it takes away all their energy, and then they react at you.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because I didn't have a father that tell me like, you gotta behave like this. I was looking at her like a team player. You know what? Okay, that happened. You can take it to the mechanic. Well, I'm in the United States. I have to go all the way to Mexico to Tijuana, and I had to help her out. But she was like, no, I'm just going to be waiting here because you're the man. And I was like, but it's going to be a lot of wasting time, 2-3 hours.
And you know what? But in that time, she could be doing other things, right? So maybe she's cooking dinner. Maybe she's like making you something like, cause like, oh, he's going to come and he's going to help me. Right. And that's kind of how we work with them. Now, if they're not doing that, and you can put a limit on that, like, yo, like, when I help you here, I need you, and they're going to react, right? oh, but it doesn't matter. You don't need to worry about the reaction.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to worry about the action.
Yeah.
And so you you're like, that's okay, be upset. Because she's going to be like, he's right. Like, because remember, what did we say about feelings? When feelings are up, logic's out. Let them get all fucking... And then what's going to happen? Okay, soy una tóxica loca, te amo, ya me calmé, tienes razón, ya me voy a cuidar. Como que you got to let them get through that what?
Yeah.
When they say aguántame, it's not so much aguántame, but it's like aguántame porque estoy loca. And like, I'm a little fucking crazy sometimes, but if you like work through that shit, I'll be your woman. I'll do whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like aguántame, like just do what I say, but more like when I get crazy, like aguanta eso, and then I'll give you, that affection, that love back.
That's kind of funny because we're gonna go back and forth about my age and everything. When I was 14, I had a car. It was my first car. I didn't know how to change wheels, so tuve una llanta ponchada, and it was kind of like funny because I was on the freeway and nobody stopped to help me out. Yeah, and I feel kind of like uncomfortable because I started crying. I was 14. I didn't know nothing about life. So it was kind of funny because it was a woman. I'll have like 3 guys helping me out. But you know what? I find out that even in between men, it's not only women, between men, nos hacemos menos. So we don't help out. And it's because you're a man, you're supposed to know how to do it and you have to go through it. And se siente frustrante not helping you out.
And that's because, think of the age, 14, right?
Yeah.
So, we've talked about this before, and I've talked about this on my podcast, but from 12 to 24, what's that age?
You're still learning.
Exactly. So when you're getting frustrated, the role of a parent, which is why that role that we're talking about, that dad role, why it's important, is they're supposed to help you what?
Help you not grow up.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, you're flashed out. Okay, let's do this. Like, help you manage that, right? But when you don't have that figure in your life, what happens?
No sabes qué hacer.
And so you don't understand that it's a process.
Sí.
And so you're like, I have to be, especially if you grow up in trauma, like no one's going to save you because literally the people that were supposed to help manage those things were your perpetrators.
Yeah.
Right. And so you grow up in a world where you're like, I have to be. And it's like, no, like you're literally like underdeveloped. Yeah. Like it's not your job. Like it's like, let's say you have a parent who is like not wanting to take responsibility, not wanting to work appropriately, not want to get chores done. Well, you as a kid don't understand that your parent's just lazy. Your parent is like, you don't understand. So you take everything as like, but it's really what? Like you don't know. And then once you know, you get fucking pissed at the world. And you're like, fuck this. And it was funny. I was, I was thinking about this the other day because I was seeing a rock show downtown. Like I wasn't at the rock show, but I was watching, like witnessing it. And all it is right, like, and it was funny because I was like, I used to be like that when I was 15. But these people are like 45 and 49. And so what's that energy they're putting out there? That like, I'm angry at the world. I'm fucking mad. And it's like at that age, it made sense because I was reacting to a world that wasn't taking care of me. Right. And then at one point when you start to turn on, you're like, wait a minute, I can change this. I don't have to be a part of this anymore. I can be different. That's when you start to like adjust your life to be more coherent with what you want in your outcomes.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because, like I said, going back with the same issues with my ex-wife with the car. We had the car and I didn't have the answer for what the problem was. And she was looking like me, like, you're a man, you're supposed to know how to do it. And I was like, not all the time I have all the answers. I have to improvise a lot.
But see right there, see what you said? I have to, and so they're looking for what?
For an answer.
Consistent. They don't want to hear that. All they want to hear is, Mija, you're right. I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah.
But because you didn't grow up understanding that, what'd you do? You did what you knew, which was defend, react, right? But then that pushes them away and then makes you feel more isolated and then makes you want to rip it apart because you're like, well, fuck it. I'm already here. But then you hold on harder because you're like, well, I don't want to be alone. Maybe this is the only, like, so it's like this dynamic that plays out.
Yeah.
Where I want to be alone, but don't leave me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like hold my hand, but don't look at me. Like I need to, but that's not healthy.
No, it's not healthy. And it's kind of funny because when we had the issue with the car, nobody stopped to help us because it was like, oh, wife and husband. The husband's gonna have it under the cover. Nobody helped me out. And I was like, what the hell am I gonna do? What the fuck am I gonna do? And then she was like, I need an answer right now. And I was like, So I had to figure it out. I had to pull out in a gas station because one guy helped me out, like, you know what, es va a ser en transmisión, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I figured it out. And for some, lo que sea, por la Dios o lo que sea, we moved the car. And she was really frustrated, like, I passed all the shame of my life because you didn't have an answer. And I was like,
yeah. And then you'd say, you know what? And then this is when you start to learn those tools where you're like, hey, you know what? I can tell you were really hurt, you know, for a long time. And, you know, I bet you, like, when I don't have answers, that makes you feel unsafe because I'm supposed to give you those answers.
Yeah.
And I definitely can work on that, you know? But you know what you can work on too? Having more compassion for me, just like I would have compassion for you.
Yeah.
And she's gonna, and you know, the second you say that, what's gonna happen? What's she gonna do?
She's gonna say like, nah, or maybe
yes. And it's okay. You already did what? You already put your what?
Yeah. Well,
and so right now and then when she calms down, what's she gonna do?
She's gonna take.
He's a good man. Fuck. He understands. I'm being fucking bad. Like I shouldn't do this. Like but you have to wait for you have to know.
Yeah.
That's gonna play out.
No, and I noticed with other people like youngsters, because I already have like 32, tomorrow, 32. So I have a friend who had the same issue with the car, and he didn't have the answers. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. I can like be like the other guys. Like, you know what, you're gonna figure it out. I can help. I'm a friend. So I put aside everything that society think about, and I give him answers. I give him like all the tools. You know what? You can do this and that, or you can be on your couch just waiting for an answer. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop with the cycle.
Because remember, society is a manipulation tool for what? For oppression.
Yeah.
That's why it's the idea, instead of punching up at the people that are oppressing you, we've been taught to punch down.
Yeah.
Right. So the dad's getting oppressed by the boss. So he comes home and oppresses the wife because that's, you know, and then the wife oppresses the child and the child oppresses the dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. It's just, I'm going to punch at the thing that can't protect. Like, that's how it goes.
Yeah, and I was with my homie. He was like, I don't know what I'm going to do because my wife is just picking an answer and everything. And he's a youngster. And I was like, okay, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you the answers. You don't have a dad. I didn't have a dad. But you know what? I can be like your dad. I'm not saying your dad, but I can be like your dad.
Yeah, a mentor, like a male role model. Yeah.
Yeah, and I decided to stop the cycle with this friend, and me and my friend we were like really together. Like if he needs an answer, he's gonna help me out and backwards. And
that's what it used to be.
Yeah,
men used to do that together. We don't do that anymore.
No, and it's kind of funny because if you look back in the day, for today they're gonna look at weird, but back in the day, have intimacy between before and a fight and everything because they were like, I'm gonna take care of you. We're in a war. I think this happens a lot in the military. We create a really strong relationship because you go through thick and thin and everything.
Which is why they don't want us to unionize.
Yeah.
They don't want us to unionize because then men understand they're right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they
want to separate everybody.
They want to separate us. But pasa mucho
they want like lone wolfing.
Yeah.
Instead of togetherness.
It happens a lot in the military. And back in the day, we had intimacy because it happened to you. I feel it and I'm going to protect you because we're the same team.
Because men provide security and consistency.
And we don't find that because we try to be outside. And society tries to tell us, like, you know what? You're not supposed to.
And remember, when we say society, always remember this. Who creates the illusion, this system, right? The people up top, again, they want to remind you, you're nothing. You're just, you need it. And it's like, what? Because it's all performance based. What's a performance?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
it's a show. So when you're getting a performance evaluation, you're being evaluated on what show you can display.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's a performance. And again, so even when you're in a team, like, remember like how you were in school and like you be in a team group and they were like, no matter how, like, even if the work wasn't equal, like you all get, and you're like, I did all this stuff, and they want to they almost want to crush you, right? Or it's like, you can do all this, but if you're in a team, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
But they never help set the team up for success in the first place.
No.
They're like, get a bunch of teenagers that don't fucking think, and then put them together and watch them react and watch what happens, and then what happens?
Nothing. There will be like nothing to do.
They don't understand the process. They don't understand like the dynamic, and so they end up what? Together. How many people move through life and still hold on to all the bullshit that happened in high school like it's going to happen today?
Yeah. And that's the thing. There's no people like question themselves like, you know what? I'm following the good steps or I'm just following myself. Am I just following a system that's telling me what to do and everything?
Because they don't want you to. That's that's the illusion.
And that's the thing. And because a mí me pasó a mí, it's going to happen to you too because tienes que entender que te tiene que pasar a ti. And it's like, no, man, you can help out the other guy. You can't stop doing that. Back in the day, if you have your car, like I said with my wife, no one's going to help you out.
Because the fear thing too, right? You don't know that they're going to get you.
Yeah.
They're going to try to hurt you. Because like, remember when something bad happens in the news,
Mhm.
it's not just the area. It's they try to plaster it what?
Yeah, and everything.
Everywhere, right? Okay, so there are bad Uber drivers. We know
Yeah.
this, right? But
Yeah.
how out of the percentage of everyday Ubers going out,
Mhm.
really how many of them are getting killed?
A lot. Like you can say they can kill.
Think
like
of how
12.
many Ubers are going on every day. How
Like a
many
million.
so out of how many million there's
Mhm.
a chance?
Yeah.
I mean, I could walk outside and
Yeah.
there's a chance.
Uh-huh.
But if something happens, they're gonna plaster it what?
No, you know what's kind of funny? Maybe you talk about Uber. I talk with a lot of Uber guys, and they have the same issues back in the day when I was having the same issues. The wife doesn't want to help them out. They need to have an answer. They need to provide, and they were like, sometimes I don't know what to do. And I'm like, you know what? I wasn't there. I can give you some advice and everything. And I noticed that it's the same issue that we follow in the system. It's the same thing. I'm not saying there's only women, so we can be partners.
No,
with everything.
yeah. We're here to talk about men, though, right?
Yeah.
That's why we don't want to assume what women think, because that's a whole.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Yeah. But I'm not saying like it's only women. It's your partner.
Yes.
Your partner. Yeah.
Yes.
So I noticed that they have always the same issue. You need to provide because you're the one who provides.
And again, right? A lot, but the problem too. Think of how many people are imbalanced in their life.
Yeah.
Like, why are they in that situation? And another reason, like I said earlier, the chase versus the attract.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of men are chasing something, but when you chase something, your entire existence is to keep it, not to attract it.
Uh-huh.
So I'll give you an example. Like, to me, when you're dating a woman, it's like they might have come from relationships where they were like a bird that was in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
And how do people treat caged birds? They clip their wings.
Yeah.
When they're getting annoying, they cover them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they try to act like they don't exist sometimes. Like, but that bird is what? Trapped, right? And so there are women that feel like they're that prized bird, and they're like, and that's what they start to believe is love. It's like that. He's holding me. He must love me, right?
Yeah.
But I like to think of this: a real love is when you build a garden for the bird to want to come.
Yeah.
Like the bird's like, I want to be here. That's attracting the bird.
Yeah.
And I bet you that bird's gonna sing a lot more beautiful than the bird in the cage.
And you know what's kind of funny? Who's the ones giving you that? Hollywood, and Hollywood's under the system, and they teach you how to treat the person because it's in the movies, and you think that that's gonna be the cool future for me. I want to be like that. It's a lot of movies. I don't need to say a lot of movies.
Yeah.
But the same thing. It's a system that teaches. Let's go a little bit Mexico, Televisa. They give you all the time. They teach you like the man's supposed to have a lot of money and the woman is the lucky one who's gonna get it. Televisa te sigue diciendo el mismo mensaje, and everyone's following the same thing. There's not a movie like say no. You need to
because
do this.
if I can get people to go and work in this system, then I can keep sucking out their energy, right? Exactly. Out of them, right? And so again, it perpetuates this. I have to climb to the top, but if you're climbing to the top, you're what? Instead of just valuing
everything.
And another thing, like I said, attracting, right? What does that mean? So when you work on yourself and you develop a consistent life for you and you know your purpose, I like to say men are the earth and women are nature. That's why it's Mother Nature. But nature can't exist without the earth. It needs the earth. It needs the ground. It literally, like dirt is not living, but without dirt, there is no living.
Yeah.
Like without the water, there is no living. Like they need each other.
Yeah.
You know, we even have minerals in us. Like we are part of the earth.
Yeah.
That's why we're people of the earth.
Yeah.
Because we even have like salt in our system. Like we have minerals in our system because we are coming from that too.
Yeah.
So we're part organic and part like whatever you want to call that, like inorganic. We're a mixture of both.
Yeah.
So when you think about a plant, right, depending on the stability of the environment, it's going to depend on the stability of the what?
Of the plant.
Yeah. If the ground isn't strong or consistent and stable, then what happens to the plant?
It's gonna start like dying.
It can't grow.
No.
Now, plants can grow in some incredible places. So you see some people fucking living through. Look at the plant that lives in the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna find a way, but it's not the best environment for it. It's not flourishing.
No, you know what? That's kind of funny. Okay, for example, you follow the template that the system gives to you as a man, and I notice a lot of this happen. You have tienes un carro del año, you have a good house, you have a good wife, but you question yourself, I'm not happy. Why I'm not happy? Because I already completed everything that the system is telling me. And you find out that you don't know yourself.
It's because that's the productivity side and they're missing the what? The fulfillment side.
The fulfillment side.
So they're robots. Yay, but like for what? Like what? And that's why their heart's imbalanced.
Yeah.
So they're not at peace, because peace is what? The balance of both the mind and the body. And so you can't have peace because you have mind fine, but then body what?
Yeah.
This is where midlife crisis comes in.
Yeah, and it's funny because they teach us like to be, if you don't have this, you're not successful. But I noticed, like, I'm a musician. I'm not saying that you have to follow my example, but just an example because it's the one I have right now. I'm a musician. I don't have a house, and I don't own like a supercar. But I notice people that they have a lot more than me, but they're not happy.
No.
And to be honest, I'm happy because even if I have less, I'm still happy.
And when you build up, right? When you develop a life around the balance, it always remains that way.
Yeah.
So you could, let's say, like, you get a lot of money at the beginning, right? You get this like power trip.
Yeah.
But that also can be the end of you.
Yeah.
Because then it's all you care about now. It's become your entire identity. Like, it's like becoming viral versus building a community.
Yeah.
Right? So let's say you have one hit song, right? You're going to think, oh my God, no. But if you build up your fan base over time, and brick by brick, essentially, you know that they're there for the long run because they actually have been there. They understand. If you just have a hit song, then you never get that high again. You're like going to eat yourself alive.
And I was talking about with my teacher today, this morning, and he was like, you know what? Sometimes it's a good thing to have on the internet because you had all the answers, but sometimes you get lost because they're trying to show you, like, you got to follow this because this is the correct answer. And as a man, you're going to be like, okay, that's the correct answer. But if you follow the template, most likely they tell you you're not fulfillment because you're not yourself. You're like the other guys around. So what is going to start happening? You're going to be like being always with everyone and not helping others because they tell you not to do it. But if you find out one that says, like, I have the answers, you're going to be like, no, because the internet's telling me. So you lost yourself a lot of the times. I have a lot of homies that have a lot more money and they don't feel happy about it.
And they'll tell you this too. So the internet is a reflection of the human consciousness in physical reality, right? And so if you're always on the internet, you're overly conscious.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing as having what? Anxiety.
You start overthinking, you start doing stuff because you know what, you become aware. That's a good thing. You become aware, but you do not stop thinking, and your body still feeling a lot stressful because you're not enjoying yourself. You start thinking about all the issues.
And exactly right. And so what? And like I say, where's the serpent at? Right, the serpent that.
Yeah, it's over here, always
and
talking
it's
to you. Yeah.
But that's a good because sometimes we need the devil to like remind us what we're worth, right?
Yeah.
Like, I could think that way, but I don't need to. Yeah, I could. Like, we don't use it as like that necessary evil in our lives to check ourselves, right? We use it as like like we're afraid of it instead of using it as like, thank you for reminding me of how bad it could be. Thank you for reminding me, like, this is the extremes. Like, we don't use some of these things to our advantage, right? It's like, okay, like, you could be the enemy or you could be my reminder.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I don't have to go down that path anymore.
Yeah.
I don't have to exist like that anymore. I can make active change and be a healthier human.
And it's kind of funny because I was in the gym Monday and my homie was like, you need rage because you need to put a lot of weight. Tienes que levantar tanto, que no sé qué tanto. And I was like, bro, I found peace in myself. And he was thinking about what, because I told him, like, and he was like, what do you mean about peace? And I was like, bro, I'm just here just to wait up, look good, and that's about it. That's my peace. And he was like, so I don't need rage? You don't even need rage. That's a cool thing. That's a cool thing for like 5 minutes. But you think about it, you want to live your life all the time angry with everyone? I'm telling you, I was in my 20s. I was in a big fight with family, and I was not happy. I didn't feel fulfillment. And they told me, it's because you're a man, you're supposed to do that. No. I'm going to find myself, and that's a man that have to be myself. And I'm telling you, I didn't have a father. I didn't have like a father figure. Right now, I'm in my 30s, and I found my father has depression, and I'm trying to help him out. Like, you know what? I know you're from old school, way old school than myself, but this is a new time. You can open yourself, and you start talking.
And you have to what? Show them. And that to them is like, fuck, my son's doing it. Like, damn, bro, like, he's fucking making it happen. Like, what am I doing? And I've done that with my dad too. Like, one of the things that's really helped me connect with my dad, like, so before I found God, before I found magic and all these things, you know, I used to hear like, oh God, my dad's a Jesus, like, oh God, I want religion and the Bible again, like, oh God. And now that I've connected, we have these great conversations now. Yeah. We talk about symbolism, energy, and I'm even teaching him stuff now.
Yeah.
Right. And he'll have these things like he'll want to like tell me because, like, you know, he's been doing it longer or whatever, right? And he's like, but then I'm like, this is the demons, Dad. they're actively taking over right now. All those things you talk about, and then after you're like, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like, what's how you know?
Yeah.
And so he's like calmed down. He's like talks to me now, and he even says like, hey, we got to help your brother at some point. I'm like, Dad, like, God will do it at God's time. Like, if he's not ready to hear it, it's okay. Like, all I can do is keep living a healthy, great life, like moving forward. And if he wants to understand the light, I'll give it to him. I'll help him with it. But they have to be ready to seek it.
Yeah, usually I try to give my dad some answers, and I doesn't have given everything. But it's kind of funny, like, to sit down. He knew I was a musician, but I didn't know my dad was a musician. I knew he played guitar, but he was like really a cool musician. He liked it a lot. Back in the day, my grandfather didn't help him out, and he was like, you know what, this is going to be a waste of time.
Coco.
Coco. Yeah, pero en el nombre, ¿no?
Yeah.
El nombre, es como Coco.
My God.
But it was kind of cool because when I told him, like, te quiero, papá, he's feeling like, no sé qué hacer.
And that's okay, because he doesn't know, he doesn't understand. He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
He needs to learn through what? Just experience.
Yeah. I was watching a video about experience because, no sé si has visto Avatar, the Journey of Aang. They were talking about Zuko and, what's his name? Iroh. And Iroh was teaching him all experience that he had, but he knew that Zuko needed to experience himself while he was talking about. And it's kind of funny because this time it's backwards. Yo soy el que le está enseñando a mi papá ahora. I don't have all the answers, but también le pasa a un amigo. When I tell them, like, te quiero, they don't know how to react. O si los abrazo, they don't know how to react.
And then you just let them.
Yeah.
Because they're just learning how to accept it.
Yeah.
And you let them feel weird, because in feeling weird, it makes them what?
Yeah. And they need to pass for that experience. So we're breaking the cycle that the internet shows us. And I notice a lot of youngsters, like, es que somos hombres, we're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, who says?
And you know what? They can do that. And then when they're ready to learn, they'll come.
Yeah.
Because you said, like, and that's the key. All I can do is keep being a super consistent human being and making people start to question their reality.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, they seem healthy and happy and normal. Like, what the fuck is going on with me? Like, why am I like this? But we need a counter. Without that counter, people what? They justify, they like continue. But then when you see someone doing it, you're like, maybe I am doing it wrong. And sometimes, like, watching a video, like you said, and like they're showing you how to do it right, and you're like, oh, like, you can keep doing it the wrong way.
Yeah.
They make it harder, but you could do it this way.
Yeah.
And so just having that thought of like, there's another way to do it, it like makes you question.
Yeah. And you going back with the example about my ex-wife with the cart. Basically, when she would tell me, like, you don't have the answer, you're not a man enough, I didn't think about it like putting a limit. Well, my answer was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to punish myself because I need to know the answer because I'm a man. And that was my mistake. I was punishing myself. And it happens a lot. All men that go to the gym or do stuff, we punish ourselves like we got to.
And then what happens to your affection? What happens to your energy? What happens to your attention? You're not there. And so they start telling you what?
Yeah.
You're not here for me. It's just the
cycle all over again. And I noticed that cycle because you're always going to lose yourself in life. Life is going to go back and up all the time. So I noticed myself like, you know what? I lost myself because I already know the answer, but I needed someone to remind me. So when I find out, again, the answer that I have, me di cuenta, I don't need to follow this step. Because I don't know about mechanic doesn't mean that I'm less man. That means that I don't know the answer, but I'm still man. I'm still good.
Yeah, you do other things.
Yes. I can ask for help. I notice a lot of men that they don't ask for directions when they're looking for a place. And it's kind of weird. But back in the day, a couple of months, and she feel weird that I asked for directions.
It's like the ants in the I've seen the Bug's Life, but a long time ago. But it's like the ants versus the grasshoppers. All the ants are like, I don't know. They're like, we're ants, bro. We should be helping each other, not being scared of them. We should be working as a team. But we don't have that anymore.
No, you know what? I noticed that there's a lot of people that help you out. Por ejemplo, estás en una colonia. Let's say, for example, La Libertad. I don't know La Libertad. Hey, I'm looking for this tacos, the tacos del gordo. They're like, okay, you're gonna go back over there, couple of blocks over there on the left. Oh, thank you. And you notice that you are the one who creating the ideas. Everything is.
You create a box around yourself,
and
you hold. And again, it's like that. Men do why?
Yeah.
But again, the system doesn't want you to question. So think about it. In school, they really don't want you to question things. They want you to learn things, not question. Instruction. It's called instructions. They're not. It's not education, it's instructions.
Pero es que te ponen el ejemplo. I'm just gonna put an example so everyone can understand it.
Who asked the questions at school?
That's the thing. Us as como alumnos.
No, the teachers.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
they don't let us what?
Know what's going on.
Oh, they don't let us ask questions because they want us to know the
template.
The answer that they're asking. So we're not asked to question and learn from them.
Yeah.
We're being told to learn what they're telling us from their questions. Education's not which way are you supposed to learn? Who asked the questions?
The teachers.
The students. To the
teachers.
To get
the answers.
Wow.
Yeah.
But now they call them what? Instructors. Why?
Because they're following
instructions. Because they're not actually educating, they're instructing now. You understand now?
Yeah, I get it. No había puesto a pensar eso, but you're completely right. No estamos muy lejos del answer that I have on my thing. But the thing is, trying to follow all the template, and you're gonna find yourself 60 years old, you're gonna be like, I was not happy. I didn't fulfill what I wanted to do. And it's kind of funny, but going back with the Uber things, I always talk to them and they were like, I want to be a musician. I wanted to be plastic surgery. They have dreams and they put it away because
and dreams are just reflection of what?
Of us.
Of God's purpose for you. And that desire, but they let that go because los que?
Los de aquí arriba.
And where does brainwashing happen?
And they follow they just follow I would call it the template because it's like a thing.
It is. What's a template and not an education system?
No, it's instructions. Yeah, it's instructions.
So when you graduate your GED or your high school diploma, that just means you're very what? You can follow.
Yeah, everything you get
instructions. That's it. That's why some jobs only want to hire you when you have a what?
Instructions and everything.
When you have the degree that says you can follow instructions.
You know, it's kind of funny because there's a movie of Sylvester Stallone that says, like, you know what is the degree about it? It's because you can follow instructions and you can present yourself at time. That's the only thing that's help you out with the diploma. And I was like, you're right. Lo único que funciona is like a guarantee.
When did a CEO follow instructions?
No, nothing. He follows his thing.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah, he controls the system.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you follow the system and everything.
If you follow instructions, you're just going to fall in line.
Yeah, and everyone's following the internet that what they're telling you because of control the TV. Yeah, the ones on the top. But if you're trying to question yourself, you don't want to be that old man that's 60 or 70. You be like, and then I'm not happy because I didn't fulfill this. Who says that? You still got time to
because the system is sucking out your what?
Your energy.
So we live in a matrix already, and I'll explain why. Not only because, like I said, God and reality and all the shit that's made, with our system that created, but the machine. When they Rage Against the Machines, right? I'm sure you've heard this band, right? Okay, well, let's think about what the machine really is. So it's simple. Like if you think of McDonald's, and just think about how, without people inside, what does McDonald's look like?
It just look like a place.
It's a machine.
Yeah, it's a machine.
Like look at it's a machine. It's all machines, right?
Yeah.
How do you power it?
With people.
Ooh, so human.
Yeah.
Batteries.
Yeah.
So somebody comes in, they give money to the machine, and the machine churns stuff, and it pops out of what?
A burger.
Up.
Yeah.
And so those little people then go where?
Over there.
To their little home to recharge their
battery.
And then come back and just
do the same thing over again.
So they're just parts of a machine.
Yeah.
And when their quality is down, what does the machine do to them?
They take it away and put another one.
Put a fresh.
Es como un
literally.
Yeah.
And now that you've been a part of this machine, right? You don't have any what?
Nothing
to offer.
Yeah.
Because all you know is how to operate within the
system. That's the thing. For my example, what I do, I work in a place. Everyone has to work in a place. They need to get money and everything for food and everything.
Because the system is made that way.
Not that way. But the thing is, I'm questioning myself. Me, Carlos, I'm going to get contracted because I'm going to provide this amount of time because I want to fulfill some dreams that I want to do. But that's the thing. I mean, you need to put like a limit, like, you know what, time to time, because there's people that they do overtime because the work is their effort to do everything all over again and stop doing the change dream. Going back with the Uber stuff, there's a lot of people that want to do arts, pero no lo hacen. And there's a lot of people who don't understand art, and that's why I always invite people, more likely men, to open the feminine side.
Art is two things. So creativity is two things.
Yeah.
Imagination and focus.
Yes.
They're good at focusing. They're not good at using their what?
Imagination.
Because imagination is feelings.
Yeah. So the system doesn't want you to fulfill that, and that's the create the perfect example for women. But that's the thing. It's kind of funny. Women have already like masculinity energy. We have our feminine energy, and there's a thing. They stop us like using our imagination that is part of our feminine energy because they think like, no, that's gonna be like weak people,
like children.
Children, yeah,
Because children what have
a lot of imagination,
and they don't. They tell you, oh, you're like a child, but but look at any like CEO. Like, what are they always doing? Partying and socializing and golfing, and we're gonna go on vacation here. Like, they're always engaging with what?
People.
The kid side.
Yeah, the kids.
But they don't have their workers do it because then their workers would know their what value.
Yeah. They will be expendable. They try to be expendable because they
want to keep the system so that they're still hollow inside as much. And the biggest thing that gets people is they have children really what? Young. Why do they want to ban contraceptives? Because then you can plant contraceptives. Because then you can't. So the reason why they want to do it because when you're young and dumb and full of, what do they say? Like, get them pregnant fast. But then, so once you have that life, you feel like I have to what?
Keep on this.
And that's when it what?
Yeah.
It starts. Because when you don't have contraceptives, you can't plan your what?
Your future, you're nothing.
Yeah, and so they try to get you while you're dumb to do stupid stuff to get that system started, and then now you're already what in the cog.
In the cog.
Because you have to provide for this child, and
you start working at McDonald's or whatever jobs you
just to fucking because you gotta provide, and that's how they get you.
Hey, you get on the trap.
And they don't want people to that why they want to offer childcare or good services or good because they want to keep that.
Yeah, and that's
pressure.
That's the funny thing. There will be people like, no, I'm gonna be working hard. I'm gonna get a home. I'm gonna get a car and everything. But they don't question themselves. I want to do that, or just because they told me to.
Yeah,
and they don't question themselves. I mean,
because they're everybody. So the way I see it, so like I always say this. So angels have eyes and wings because they see everything, and demons have more teeth than eyes because they just want to consume everything.
Yeah,
and they don't have wings because they're grounded, right? So. It's like the idea of that when you see people in that chaotic energy, all they do is use their teeth and consume each other instead of what? Elevate and look above. Yeah. Right? Because angels, the true form of the angels like these eyes with these wings, right? But what are the true form of like demons would be like almost eyeless creatures that just what? Consume, right? Yeah. They're just eating and eating and eating. So when they have this idea of like making people hollow, making people destable, they're just consuming what? Each other. Like, watch this. So the way the government and the system works is this. So you have people, you have like different groups of people are like the dogs, right? And then you have the dog like the dog like trainers, right? Like, look at that dog wants to bite you to eat you. Look at that one over there. And so they're getting the dogs. Like, think about like the dogs in cages staring at each other. Like, but who put them there?
The system.
And then who runs them? So these ringleaders, these like, these dog fighting people, they have their own boss. That's the fucking, and that's the system. Yeah. So they get these dogs to fight each other, but the dogs don't understand what. They're not their own enemies. No. It's the fucking people that are fucking telling us to fight everybody else. Yeah. That's the real bad person. But these dogs are so convinced that it's each other that they just keep that system with it. That's the demons. That's the hate. The fucking. There's no peace there.
It's kind of funny because there's an anime called Vinland that they talk about it. And there's the father that he was a Viking all his life and he was killing people and everything. And he tried to start questioning himself, so he faked his own death. When he got children and everything, the children was really like cool. He wanted to be a warrior, killing people and everything. And the first answer he told me like, you know what, Thorfinn, you don't have enemies. And he didn't understand it at first. But he was like, if a king tells you like this is your enemy, he's just a person like you. He's just telling you this is the enemy, but you hardly know him. So the kid grows up and everything. He goes through his warrior phase. He kills people and everything. And he feels bad. At the end of the day, he noticed that he was doing wrong because all the grudges that he got together got fulfilled and everything. He was like, what's left for me in life?
It's like Vladimir from Dracula. It's like, I impaled everybody. Now I just want to go be peace. And like, nope, you have to give me all these kids. You have to do this. He's like, I don't want to.
And you develop depression. That's why a lot of men had a lot of depression because they already fulfilled the anger and they were like, what's next for me? And it usually happens between 30 years old because You follow all the template that the system tells you and everything, and you build up depression.
Because you don't have the experience of being an adult to understand the system. And then once your brain activates, you're like, I don't want
because
this.
your dad and your grandfather, they follow the system.
Or it's like, if you've ever seen the movie Conan the Barbarian, I recommend you watch it at least once.
Okay.
And it's like within the first fucking scene, it's like he's just like hanging out with his mom and dad in this village, and then these like people just come and just start fucking killing everybody, like killing his dad in front of him, and then beheading his mom in front of him, and then like leaving the head there, and like he's just like, what the fuck? And then they take him and they make him a slave, and then he's like slave working for like 16 years, and then one day they're like put him in a cage fight and they're like fight. And he has to like, he's like, what the fuck? I don't want to fight. And then this guy's like, so he ends up killing him. And they're like, he's a good fighter. So he just like, fuck it. Like, I have to. And then one day he's like, I just want peace. Like, he's just like, I don't want this. He starts like being intellectual. He starts like reading books. He's like in a cage, but he's like reading books and stuff. And like, they even bring him a woman and he gives her like a fucking blanket and covers her. And he's like very sweet to her, even though he's about to make love to her. Right. But like, he at least understands, like, I'm not a barbarian. Like, even though it's like Conan the Barbarian, he's not a barbarian. He's actually very intellectual. It was the system he was born into that made him a barbarian, but he never wanted that. He, at his core, just wanted peace. And so he ended up having to kill to gain that peace because of the people that wouldn't let the system go, like wouldn't allow that. So even at the end, when he's like, he finally like, gets in, he's just sitting there, he's just like chilling. And that's pretty much the end. Is like, what is all this? Like, what's the purpose of all this? Like, what was all this for? Because someone didn't want to give up power, like because somebody wanted fucking to like own things. Like, we could just have peace. We could just have but he understood that he needs to use this sword because there's systems out there that continue to cause us oppression.
Let's put on a modern example. Like I said, I'm just gonna use my own experience. I had a roommate on a national team. He had the perfect life and the perfect family, and he was trying to convince me, like, you know what, your dreams are not enough because you gotta focus yourself, because you gotta grow up and everything. And I was like, okay, I can hear you out. You can tell me all your examples and comments. And we got to a point that we were crossing together, and he was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not happy with my family. I'm not happy because of this. I want to go to Las Vegas. I want to do my own dreams. I want to have my own farm and everything. And I was like, it's because you follow an example, bro. I just follow myself, and everyone's just telling me everyone's telling me like you're not achieving everything, but I'm happy. I'm doing my own stuff.
And there's a reflection on them.
Yeah.
Because people that truly care, I want to inspire you. Hey man, if you're gonna do this, this, and this, Hey man, I don't know much about that, but I would probably do this if I were I'd probably go around that path. Or like, hey, what's your inspire you to get to that point, Try to get as close as you can, because in that process you'll find something. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. Let's say you want to be a YouTuber and you start learning how to edit videos, and you start learning, even if you don't make it, you understand the system. And so in that process of experience, that becomes something valuable, because there's people like the music and stuff. I don't know this stuff, but someone does. And so if they know more than I do, that's already more than I would know. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but if they've been doing it for 2-3 years, they're going to know a lot more about it than I would.
Yeah.
So they can at least teach me the basics. They can at least inform me. They can at least, start the process of like, hey, I can give you these advices. Hey, there's going to be an intro level per piano teacher, and there's going to be an expert level piano teacher, because there's different levels of what people need.
And it was kind of sad, because at the end of the day, he got to follow like a character, like, this is the perfect dad. And he was not happy, and he's still not happy. I lost track of him, but the last conversation that we had, he was like, I want to leave my kids and everyone and follow my own dreams, but I can't, because society is going to be like, I'm a bad dad. And my dad did that before, and I want to leave it. And I was like, okay, it's cool. But you can find like a thing and put it everything. Sadly, he ended up doing an Uber stuff over there in the United States and working in a place that he's earning like the minimum wage, and he's trying to keep on your family. Not saying that he's bad, but I find out that because he followed a template and system, he built up depression, and he doesn't want to be there. But
this is where that idea of like brain balance comes in, right? So I know we've talked about in the past. So now that you kind of understand what what I've taught you and what we've talked about, how do you feel like that applies to society now that you understand like there is a necessity for balance, and that like stress and depression and how they work together, and how they can literally mess up each other in your life? How are you applying it to the way you see things these days?
Well, be honest, I'm not a master, but what I can do is like start questioning yourself. What do you want? Who are you in life? you are putting limits to people that they're telling you like you gotta be like that or you wanna be like that. I know we are around on like a nature that you're supposed to be 30 and you're supposed to be like behave like this, but it's like who says that? Why do they have to be like that? You can be, yeah, you can use some stuff. There's all the stuff that it doesn't look good because you look old, but you gotta question yourself. What I want, what is my favorite color?
But see how you said it's always what? Punching down
down.
instead of what? Hey man, it's okay if you're 30 and you don't know. It's a process. Like, see how like we can speak positive, right? And so remember we talk about the tongue as a sword, right? So the words that we use are spells, right? So I can like yesterday, like let's say like yesterday I had an example where I was in an Uber and there was these bikers that were around and they were like causing a problem with the Uber, and all I did was just pray, and I said, "Hey God, I'm just gonna trust you. And we're going to go through this, and you're going to protect me." And then everything went fine.
Yeah.
But if I would have been like, "Oh my God, they're going to get," like if I would have started speaking that toxicity, those negative vibrations, what would start to happen in the environment? It would literally start to change. It could have escalated. And all because why? I was letting the demons win. Like, oh, this could happen, right? But instead it was like, no, keep peace, keep calm, keep tranquil, like stay in the moment, like trust the process, trust that like good wins, like truth wins. And by speaking these things, it went fine.
Yeah.
Words are so important, the way we talk to each other. And so the first thing you want to ask is, where are they coming from with this?
The system.
And then I always say this too, like I'm actually going to make a video later about it, but how like there's 4 phases like how demons work. This is what I would say. The first thing is like, what about you? Well, what about you? So you say a point, and instead of them addressing it, they what? They deflect, reflect. Like, oh well, what about you? And you did and so that's the first thing they do is deflection. The second they do is play victim. Well, how was I supposed to know? Well, I've already like. They're gonna find a way to what? Justify, validate, like re-explain. Like continue like. To be okay with the chaos they're causing, to continue to validate whatever damage they're doing, right? The third phase is, well, I'm bad. Well, you know what? I'm like this. What do you want? Yeah, I ruin everything. Yeah, I'm fucking horrible. Yeah, like I'm becoming the bad thing that you say that I am, right? The fourth thing they do is fucking make a mess. Throw a tantrum.
Yeah.
Break everything through, and you make me do this. You make me act crazy. If you don't fucking talk to me, if you wouldn't do that, I wouldn't act. See, like everything's what? To cause what? Chaos. For you to submit to the chaos. And so when you hold off, you're like, okay, they're going to calm down at some point, and they're going to have to what? Accept that who's really the chaos.
So what's going to happen that day? Well, something happened to me like that thing. So I noticed that I got to mend up. I got to be a man. I got to mend up on my mistakes. And to be honest, I got to be alone because I want to find myself, what I want, what are they going to do. If they cannot forgive about me, that's on them. I try to forgive.
And it's your past now. It's not your present. Like your present is peace. And if they don't understand that, they don't want to. Like, if you can't see what's in front of you, if you're looking to like find the negative in me, that's chaotic energy. Like you're not feeling the energy that I'm giving now.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny because if you start to question yourself and you start answering your own answers, that's what my teacher told me one time. You can get healed in one night if you te encierras en tu cuarto, turn off the lights and everything, and you start like putting all the answers.
It's like meditation almost.
Like meditation. So basically, you start doing your own questions and everything, and you notice that everything's in your head. Your thoughts cannot move you. You have all the power that you can do. And I start doing that, meditating a little bit about it, just like 1 2 hours, 2 hours stops. And I found myself like, you know what? People can say a lot of things about me, but at the end of the day, it's the one who's gonna decide that. Yeah. So yeah.
And remember, it's not that people say it; it's you repeating it where, because they're not saying it anymore. You're the one. They say it one time, and how many times do you say it?
You say on loop. Yeah.
That's the problem. They said it one time to you in passing, and you said it a million more times in your own brain.
But you're supposed to be a man. You're not supposed to say nothing. The system tells you not to say
exactly nothing. Because you know who's the scariest is when a bunch of men get together. Because what will men do when they collaborate?
They start doing weird stuff.
They can overthrow an empire. So they don't want people like when there's imperialism in this world. For America being so free, they've definitely added a lot of dictators. It's so weird. I know.
They have to.
It's like almost like they don't believe in actual democracy. Because it's like, if you did, wouldn't we want them to all be democratic places?
Yeah.
Elected officials, not dictators? Weird. But anyways.
Hey, the Super Bowl's coming up, so you gotta get it straight with that.
Oh, you know, we gotta get commercialized, and we gotta get. Have you ever? There's a movie called They Live. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
Okay.
Essentially, it's like there's a guy that he's like existing, and then like he's just seeing, like he just feels like America's off. Like it's just not what it used to be. Everything's like consumerism. He gets these glasses, and then he sees like everything's like obey, consume, reproduce. Like, what the fuck? And he's just seeing like, what the? And he's only because he has these special glasses. Nobody else has them. And so he starts to see like what's really happening in society, and nobody's like
following nothing, no question anything, because they told you not to.
I'll give you an example, like the word disorder, right? So what's disorder? It's something that doesn't follow what?
The order.
But who said it? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So like we use this thing called the DSM-5 in psychology, and it's a manual, but people aren't what? Machines or cars. So it's kind of interesting that we use a manual on organic things, because we're very like like we're all different, like genetically speaking, or I mean even like like there's so many factors. And so at the other, like for example, in a factory farm, there are times where the chickens, their breasts go so large they can't stand up. That's called a disorder. Okay. But who created the order? Right? You see what I'm saying? Like that disorder only exists because of what?
For someone on the
farm.
Yeah.
The farm. They don't. Chickens wouldn't be living where?
In the farm.
In a box.
In a box. Okay.
Right? They'd be out there running around. Like think about a chicken in nature, like in a more organic space.
Yeah.
They'd have the freedom to run around, so they probably would never reach that level of what?
Of
breast size.
Yeah.
Right? So that they can't stand up. That's not That's not normal. That's not healthy. That's not balanced. That's forced. Right? So they're forcing these chickens, but then that's a disorder. But it's a forced disorder.
Yeah.
Because the only way that order exists is by a created, manipulated system.
So we're trying to call it control order. Yeah. Because it's not the order of the nature and everything that has to happen.
Yes, because nature already has its what?
The way.
Order. But humans want to control what? The order of nature.
Because if you control the order of nature, you're going to control everything.
You know where that started?
Where?
Farming.
Yeah. So what happens? You use the internet, they use everything. So you start questioning yourself, what is to be?
You started farming.
Yeah.
And then farming created what? Crops, which created trade, which created, it's like, but then what happens when you over farm a crop? The ground becomes what?
Unstable. Yeah. So
the Native Americans did it, but they always had what? Spirit, right? So when they kill an animal, they connected with the what? They connected with that, right? So they still had this idea of like connection. When you look at Western civilization, they would literally sacrifice animals for God, right? Like kill the lamb and like bathe in the blood. Like natives are like, no, these are like we're connected spiritually, like more like a Buddhist idea. Like we are all connected. Like they appreciate the life that it was giving, because we all know we come from the same source. Right? So they appreciated the land, they appreciated the animal way more, right? Sure, they had war, sure they had these things, like they're still human beings. But look at the way they invested in the environment. They were one with all. Imperialists are like, nope, we're gonna use up all of our land and destroy everything, or destroy lands to bring the material instead of appreciate the natural order of things. So they've pretty much cut out spirit. You know, they say divinity is beyond. Well, the reason why they take God out of you, or the spirit out of you, is because then you have no empathy. Yeah. And you no longer connect with what? No. Why do you think living in boxes takes us away from being in what?
Away or outside. So
there's a great movie. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's called Apocalypto. Sí. You remember the beginning when they're like all like connected? Like they're fucking around with each other, but there's no hate. There's a lot of love. They used to call those savages. But what was savage about that?
Nothing. But because it's out of the order for all the people.
It's out of order.
Mm-hmm.
But nature, it has its own what? Order. They don't respect nature. Then they don't respect the natural order, which is why they create societies.
So what happened? The Spain people arrive over here with the Mexican people?
No, not even Spain. In that movie, who was it?
No, it was another
The Aztecs. I think like somebody already.
Mayas or Aztecs?
One of the yeah. They were already there, and what had happened? I think it was probably the Aztecs at the point. But the Aztecs, what were they doing? Like think about how they were creating. They had society too, their own, but it was fucked up as well, right? Because you saw what they were doing. Look at the dead. Everything was dead.
No,
there was plague everywhere. There was fucking destruction because they wanted what?
Order. Yeah. And what happened? The Spains arrived at the end of the movie.
And that was the new order.
Yeah.
And the only reason the Spanish even won was because they had fucking smallpox. Like they had biological warfare before we understood. Do you know what the percentage of natives that died, or people of Native American died?
No, not really. But
90.
90? Oh, that's
90% of natives died from just disease.
So the government tried to keep on order.
Okay, logically think about this. How the fuck is Spain going to come across the ocean after being in this, not like some luxury yacht, no, a fucking wooden coffin, and they're going to take out an entire civilization? What the fuck? No, it's not. No, but disease? Oh, shit. Look at that.
And they created a new order.
If it wasn't for that disease, we would not. That would not have taken over. It just wouldn't have happened because how are you gonna take on that many people? What the fucking a musket, bro? You see what the fuck they had? Spears. They had a fucking. What you know? Yeah. That thing wasn't even accurate. You got people that can literally they're fucking hunting deer that are weaving and shit with fucking spears, and you're telling me your fucking musket that requires you to load it, and you think they're gonna be scared of that? Were you dealing with hundreds of people compared to what? Fucking thousands? No.
Eran 3 barcos nomás, and that's
no, yeah, what the? You think of an entire civilization? No, but the disease.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and what happened? They started changing people that have a different mindset, starting killing. Because if we start killing people that have a different mindset, everyone's gonna be like, I don't want to die, so we're gonna follow.
Oh, did you hear what's happening in the States right now? The Christopher Columbus video.
No, what happened?
It's better to be a slave than dead.
Nah.
Yes. They want us to play that video with kids.
Really?
I'm dead at bro. The last big the last big thing you saw on PBS. Was this video of Christopher Columbus saying, it's better to be a slave than dead. What is the motto of the U.S.? Give me liberty or give me death. And now they're saying, well, it's not death. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's what to be a man, to follow the things, to stop thinking, to stop chasing stuff from your own self. Because if you don't follow your dreams and you don't get big thing, you are a fucking unsuccessful guy. So
you've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
What does his compass tell him?
Over the time he is what I want, so he's pointing there.
It's his heart, right? His heart. So just remember this in the future. In the darkest moments, where would the sailors look for
stars?
Which star?
North Star.
Where's the North Star? Because this is your beacon, but you have to use your brain to follow the beacon because the desire already comes from here.
Tell me.
Right? So the gut says, hey, heart, this is what I want. And so the heart becomes the beacon, but you have to actually what?
No,
follow your heart, but your heart gets the desire from the gut.
Well, what happens? Everyone's putting you a lot of trash over here, so we stop. Yeah.
So you turn your heart off, which means you're not looking up at the...
Yeah, because if you follow your own God, you're going to be like a dumb guy.
You start focusing on the ground, which is low energy, instead of the sky, which is high energy.
You're right. And that's to be a man. Yeah.
So again, the idea for men is this. Follow your path and you will attract what you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Chase what you want, and you will always fear you will lose what you have, but not what you deserve.
And what's gonna happen is you start feeling lonely. You start feeling like that because you're giving a lot away from yourself, but you're not stuck like what I want to myself. So yeah.
Well, thanks, buddy.
Thank
for
you
coming on, and we had a good sesh today, and yeah, maybe we'll plan for some future stuff too. But yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, how'd you feel with your first day here, huh? Your first podcast, huh?
Yeah, no, the first.
We got a whole hour in. All right, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Later.
Gracias, Sebas.